Hi students, how are you all? Welcome in our English lecture, and we have chapter 7 Fair Play from our main course book, government book, and chapter 7 Fair Play. It is a nice chapter about friendship, and it's give us knowledge about in a particular or any critical situation will have to be honest and will have to take fair decision whether it is that nice for our friend or not. But in right direction we need to take decision. So this is a story about two friends that Chuman Sheikh and Albu Chaudhary both were good friends. Both were living in one village and both were good friends. They both can't live without each other. Even the bond of their friendship was so strong that they cannot live without each other. And whenever one family will be out of village, so second that person is there, they will take care of the whole family from both. Anyone is out of that city or out of village, then another person will take care of that family. So that much strong bond was there. Juman, from that both, Juman had old aunt and she was living with that Juman, and there was a bond that she transferred her all property on that name of Juman, and the bond was that Juman will take care of that aunt, old aunt, and he will feed her. So there was a bond that that lady transferred her all property to Juman, and he will take care of that lady. So it was continued for few months. It was continued for few months, but later on that situation was not well. Then Juman's that wife and that aunt both were fighting and quarreling without any reasons, and that aunt had to bear so much things. So that aunt was unable to that bear now because she was insulted by Juman's wife. Even for food also she was insulted. So that limit came of that insult, and that old aunt was there. One day he means she spoke to Juman that my son, now I don't want to stay with you. That aunt said to Juman, now she don't want to stay with that son and she want a monthly allowance so she could live out of that Juman's house. So she want monthly allowance. So Juman refused to do that thing. He said that my wife knows well how to maintain a kitchen. It is insulted. That aunt was insulted by that Juman and his wife. So that aunt could not bear that insult, and she went out of that Juman's house, and she requested other people to do justice. Some people were laughed on her. Some people gave her advice to do punch, and some people that just advised to take care with her or be or mix with her and live happily with your that son, means that Juman said. So that aunt was there. She was very much disturbed by these all decisions, and all people were giving her different kind of advice. So she was very much disturbed by these all decisions. Then What happened? She at last come to that Algu Chaudhary, and he was a fair that person. She had confidence that Algu Chaudhary will not do anything wrong and he will give that right decision in her favor. Because whatever right thing is there, that Algu Chaudhary will take decision. So she had confidence that definitely that person will help her. So that she went to Algu Chaudhary and explained her problem. So Algu said that, Chachi, that Juman is my best friend and I cannot go oppose, I cannot do his oppose. So that Anne said, you have to see that what is right thing and what is wrong thing. In right thing, you need to do that favor. So, what you consider just and fair, that old lady was requested so much to that Algu. So, come to the panchayat and please speak the truth. That old lady requested to that Algu. Algu did not reply at that time, but her words were there ringing in her ears. At the time, Algu did not reply to that lady, but her words were there constantly ringing in his ears. So next day, the panchayat was there. It was held for the case of that aunt and that Juman. Panchayat was held the same evening, and under the old banyan tree, Panchayat was held, and Juman stood up and said that the voice of the Panch is the voice of God, and let my aunt nominate the head of Panch. Means people they have right to choose their head of Panch. So the Panch knows neither friend nor that enemy, and whatever Panch will say, that will be the true thing. So the lady choose that Algu Chaudhary as the head of Panch. To listen the name of that Algu, Juman was very much happy. He hid his joy that definitely Algu will give decision in his friend's favor only. Algu said, Chachi, you are aware of my friendship with Juman, and he said, so I know that auntie replied, that old auntie replied, I know you are best friend of Juman, but I know that you will not do anything wrong. Whatever right thing is there, in that favor only you will give decision. So God lives in the heart of the Panch. The voice of that God is there, that is only voice of Panch. So voice of Panch is there, that is the voice of God. So you will not do anything wrong. That aunt replied to that Algu. And the old lady explained her case that Juman said, Algu, you are that and I both are friend. Your aunt is as dear. Algu said to the Juman that we are both friends, but your aunt is there as dear as you. So, the voice of Panch is the voice of God, and now I am Panch, and you and your aunt are equal for me. Then he gave a chance, means both will say in their defense. So 3 years ago, that Vigan Juman said 3 years ago, my aunt has Juman said that 3 years ago my aunt transferred all property on my name, and in that return I have to take care of her. But now she is not ready to live with us. So what we can do? And now she is demanding for that monthly allowance. So, and this is not possible for me to give her monthly allowance. Chuman was cross that explained. He discussed with the other punch and he gave his decision. He stood and he gave a decision that after long thinking, we came on the decision that Juman must pay his aunt monthly allowance. Otherwise, that property was there, which was on the name of Juman that aunt had done, that will go. Means if that Juman will not pay that monthly allowance, then aunt will take her property back. This way, strong decision given by Algu. So both the friends were there that seldom seen together from that day, and they became their each other's great enemy because that Algu gave decision in favor of aunt. Then many days passed, and ill luck that would have to Algu Chaudhary. Many days passed, and ill luck happened to Algu Chaudhary, and one of his fine pair of bullock was there. That bullock died, and other bullock was there. He had to sold to the Samju Shah. One of his pair of bullock was there. Then one bullock was died, and other was there. He had to sold to that Samju Shah. A cart driver was there. Samju Sahu was a cart driver of the village. He bought that bullock of that Algu Chaudhary. To understand what was Sahu would pay the price of bullock in a month, it was decided that Sahu will pay the price of bullock after 1 month, and so it happened that the bullock died within a month. Sahu had taken that bullock, but that bullock died within a month only. Several months afterwards, that bullock's death happened. Algu reminded Sahu about his money. Several months happened. Then, after the death of bullock, Algu reminded Sahu about that bullock's money. So Sahu angry happened, and he said he will not pay a penny for that vast beast of burden. And the bullock died. So for that dead bullock, he will not pay a single rupees or single penny. He said that he had a bullock, and he said to Algu that I have bullock, use it for 1 month and return to me. I will not pay penny for that dead bullock. Means he was very much angry. And he said to him that you have given me that bullock which was suffering from disease. So I will not pay a penny. Algu decided to refer this case to the Panchayat, means Panchayat, for a second time, and a few months preparations for holding the Panchayat were made, and both the parties started meeting people seeking their support. Few months happened, few months remained for Panchayat. Both the peoples meeting different that people in a village, and they were getting support of that people so they can win the case, and the Panchayat can give decision in their favor. Then the Panchayat was held under the old banyan tree at the same place, same time. Panchayat was held under the old banyan tree, and that Algu stood up and declared that the voice of the Panch is the voice of the God, and let the Sahu choose his representative or nominate the head of Punch, I will abide by his decision. So it is a good chance because Juman and Algu both were enemy. So Sahu thought, if I will choose Juman, then definitely he will give decision in his favor only. So he has selected Juman as the head of Punch. He nominated Juman's name and in the head of Punch. Algu's heart sank when he listened the head of Punch that Juman was there at the head of Punch. He turned pale and he was feeling sad that Juman is there, he is my enemy, so he will not give decision in my favor. But what could he do? He can't do anything. The moment that Juman became the head of Punch, he realized his responsibility. The Punch is like a god and he had to give decision in his favor. Punch had no friend and no enemy. Punch had to give free and fair decision. He seated at the high place. He realized that he seated at the high place and he had to give decision whatever right thing is there. He thought and he must not that allow his personal feeling. He thought and he must not allow his personal feeling means revenge with the Algu in his mind. So he removed his revenge of that Algu in his mind and come in the way of speaking the truth. He decided to speak the truth and bring justice for whatever fair thing is there. In short, he will not feel that his insult and his injustice in this matter. Both Algu and Sahu that started their cases and there was cross explanation done and the case was considered deeply. There was deep thinking and Juman stood up and announced the decision that it is our opinion that Algu is there, he will get the fair amount of that bullock. Algu, the price of bullock, Sahu should pay the price of bullock because Sahu bought the bullock at that time. Bullock was not suffering from any disease. So it is that Sahu's responsibility to pay the tax and Sahu had to pay tax or that money of bullock. Sahu had to pay money of bullock to Algu because when Sahu bought that bullock was not suffering from any disease. It is like a natural death. So in this case, that Algu can't do anything. Sahu had to pay money to Algu. And Algu could not contain to listen this decision. The fair decision came. Algu could not contain his feeling. He stood up and said loudly over and over again, victorious the Punch. He says, victory is the Punch. Punch is the God and this is the justice. God lives in the voice of that Punch. He stood up and loudly announces that the victory of Punch. God lives in the voice of Punch and both the friends that united at the end of the story. Soon after, Juman come to Algu and both that hugged and since the last panchayat they both became enemy, they became friend now and Punch had no friends and no enemy. Juman and Algu both understand that a Punch had no friends, no enemy. A Punch had to give free and fair decisions, whatever right thing is there, because both sit at the head of Punch and both that gave true and fact decision. So at the end, both the friends united and there was happy ending of this story. I hope you understand this story much.